Welcome to the Spotlight on Current Affairs program from the Sarath Chandra IAS Academy. Today I am before you with a completely new topic based on fixed dose combination drugs. Now we shall be discussing this topic in detail, that what is the current news, what are fixed dose combination drugs, what are their pros, their cons, followed by a question from prelims and mains. But before this we must know the relevance of this topic. So talking about prelims, this topic is relevant from point of view of environment and science and technology. Talking about mains, it is important from the topic of health under GS paper 2, under the topic of environment and science and technology in GS paper 3, and it is also important from the point of view of GS paper 4, that is ethics. You can use it as a case study or example under the concept of ethical dilemmas, means where there is conflict between the monetary benefits and humanity, when there is conflict between the economic development and actual human development. So having talked about the relevance of this topic, now let's start with our main topic. Now let's start with what is the current news, what is the recent context. So recently Indian government has banned 156 fixed dose combination drugs. Indian government has banned 156 combination drugs. Now it has been called as the most sweeping crackdown since 2018. Most sweeping crackdown, the largest suppression by the government authorities, based on the strict enforcement of laws. That's why we are saying it is the most sweeping crackdown on fixed dose combination. And why I am saying since 2018, because in 2018 already 328 such drugs were already banned. So since 2018 it is the most sweeping crackdown on fixed dose combination. So overall we can say that since 2014 in total 499 fixed dose combination drugs are already banned. So we are talking about the banning of fixed dose combination. Now we shall discuss that what are these fixed dose combination drugs. Fixed dose combination drugs are nothing but the medicines which contain more than one active ingredient, and these ingredients, the combination of these ingredients can be in a form of pill or in form of injection or in form of capsule. So this is the fixed dose combination, means inside a pill or inside a capsule you have combination of more than one drug, that we call fixed dose combination, fixed drugs combination. Now what was the main purpose of introducing this fixed dose combination? What means why actually these combinations were introduced? So these combinations were mainly introduced for the patients which were diagnosed by the major diseases, for example tuberculosis or diabetes, because in these type of diseases people are required to take multiple medicines in a single day. So in order to increase the adherence to the taking of medicines, these fixed dose combination drugs were introduced. But do you think that just to ensure the adherence to the schedule of your medicines, you are introducing this fixed dose combination? Now do you think there is complete approval in the Indian states for these fixed drug combination? Means, do you think Indian government has completely approved all these drugs? Don't you think there must be some side effects of these combinations? Now let's discuss this in detail. So recently the main reason for banning these drugs was that generally people end up taking drugs that are not needed. See, for example, what happens generally if you have fever or if you have nasal decongestion, so you go to the chemist, you go to the doctor, and generally they prescribe you a drug. So nowadays this drug is not a particular, it do not contain not a particular chemical. it contains combination of various drugs. For example, let's take example of a very common medicine, that is chest on cold. So this medicine contains the combination of paracetamol, cetirizine and phenylphine. Paracetamol is for fever, cetirizine is for allergies, and phenylphine is for nasal decongestion. So even if you have fever and the doctor recommends you or chemist recommends you the chest on cold, so now you are now you took this medicine which is containing paracetamol. So now this issue of fever is addressed, but you ended up taking these two compounds also which were not actually needed by your body. So as per recent studies, it is found that there is actually side effects of the medicines which are not needed by your body, but you are taking those medicines through fixed dose combinations, because you are taking the combination and not a single drug. So as per the recent studies, it has been found that there are side effects of these medicines on various organs like liver and kidney. Also according to various reports of government, it is found that there is no therapeutic justification. It is not yet justified that these medicines are actually beneficial for human body or not. Now coming to our next reason, it has been also found that though the individual components of these medicines are approved by the government of India or state governments, but do these combinations work? Means for example, government has approved compound A and government has approved compound B. But when we combine both these compounds, it is not sure that the combination will also work. This combination will also work good. It will be beneficial for human body or not. Coming to the next reason why government has banned these FDCs, so there is issue of antibiotic resistance. See, generally, people have the tendency to go to the chemist and ask for certain medicines for fever or cold cough, and chemists give them antibiotics. So if we take antibiotics more and more without any reason, our body become resistant to these antibiotics. And over a period of time, what will happen, that in order to deal with a simple infection, you will be needing very high dose of antibiotics. Because at present now your body is not responding to low dose of antibiotics. And what will happen? Again, the side effects. Because see, if there is a positive effect of any medicine, there will be a negative effect. And if you are going on taking all these medicines, these side effects will increase only. So this is the next reason, that is antibiotic resistance. And the fixed dose combinations related to antibiotics are only increasing year after year. As per a study, this proportion has been increased from around 33% to around 37% in 2020. Also an interesting fact, that out of 4.5 billion units of antibiotics sold in 2020, around 42% were listed as not recommended by WHO. But even then, these medicines are sold in the Indian market. This is the status of antibiotics related to fixed dose combinations. Talking about the next reason, so the next reason why government has banned these fixed dose combination is related to government's pricing control mechanism. See, generally the government authorities have the responsibility to cap the price of essential medicines. to cap the price of essential medicines so that they are accessible even to the general public, because as we know, the over the pocket of expenditure of India is huge, more than 60%. So government authorities have responsibility to cap the price of essential medicines, but there is a catch. These regulations are not applicable on fixed dose combination drugs. Also, it is not applicable on patented drugs. And this loophole is exploited by the pharma companies. This loophole is now exploited by the pharma companies because now they can bypass the regulations of government authorities. Next reason why government has banned these fixed dose combinations is related to weeding out irrational medicine combinations in the market. Weeding out irrational combinations in the market. What do we mean by this? Weeding out irrational medicines. See, there are various fixed dose combinations which are already approved by state licensing authorities. Means there are various fixed dose combinations which are approved without any trials. Without any trials, they are approved. And the main reason for this is that, for example, according to state licensing authorities, drug A is very good for human body. Drug B is also very good for human body. And now a fixed dose combination is made by combining drug A and B. So according to state licensing authority, that since this is also approved, so without any trial they approved this compound also. But according to Drugs and Clinical Trial Rules of 2019, a fixed dose combination is also a new drug. A fixed dose combination is also a new drug, and this also requires approval. If A is approved, B is approved, this also needs to be approved. This also needs to be approved. Now, our next reason is the report of parliamentary panel in 2019. See what happened in 2019. This parliamentary panel highlighted the side effects of fixed dose combinations. So since this parliamentary panel highlighted the side effects of fixed dose combinations, government constituted a committee in 2014, and government asked this committee to assess the efficacy of more than 3,000 fixed dose combination drugs. And this committee recommended banning more than 960 drugs. This committee recommended more than 960 drugs. And as we already studied that out of these 960 drugs, around 499 drugs are already banned in India. Around 499 drugs are already banned in India. So these all were the reasons that why Indian government has banned 156 fixed dose combination drugs. Now we shall discuss some of the important fixed dose combinations. Means which fixed dose combination. See, you don't have to remember the name of drugs, you don't have to remember the name of these chemicals, but in general we should have an idea that which type of combinations are being banned. So for example, the combination of enzymes which are used for the treatment of gastrointestinal problems. So various fixed dose combinations are given to deal with these problems. So now they are banned. Also the combination of anti-allergic medicines with nasal decongestant is now banned. In earlier slide, we have discussed a medicine which had the combination of fever plus allergy plus nasal decongestion. In the earlier slide, we discussed a medicine which had the combination for all these three drugs. So some of these combinations are now banned. means according to government notification, anti-allergy medicines with nasal decongestion are now banned. Okay. Also there is a very famous name of calamine lotion. You all must have heard about the lactocalamine, a lotion which is used for treating of skin problems. So now what the notification says, the combination of calamine with aloe and a natural substance is now banned. So some of these combinations are now banned in India. Now it's important to discuss that what will be the impacts of this ban. Means the various of the very obvious impact which we can see, that no, it is good for health of Indians only, that no, the fixed dose combinations have no therapeutic value and they are causing the side effects. So the immediate impact is now people will not take these medicines from over the counter shops, and now it is good for Indians. But we have to see the impacts from the point of view of all the stakeholders. See, the main stakeholder who is impacted by this decision of government are the pharma companies. Why I am saying that they are the major stakeholder who are affected? Because now they have the responsibility to withdraw the products which are already in the market. They have the responsibility to withdraw those products. Now let me take an example of Fawwara market in Agra. Why I am taking its example? Because it is one of the largest distributing market in India, largest distributing market of medicines in India, and it distributes medicines to around 11 states in India. Now what will happen? These distributing companies have already purchased the products from the pharma companies. They have already purchased the products. They have already paid the GST. They have already made the inventory. So now there is disturbance in the market. Now there is disturbance in the market because the pharma companies have to withdraw their products. And also there is issue for distributing companies because they have already made inventory and they have already paid GST. But the major sufferer will be pharma companies only, because now they have to withdraw their products. The next impact, we can say, the debt size of various companies can increase because they have to withdraw their products. So a company can be destroyed completely. Completely a company can lose its shares in the market, and it can completely lose the trust of people. So it can be impact on companies, and the number of brands can also increase or decrease based on the trust of people. Now talking about the number of medicines. So now if you want the medicine for fever, for cough, for nasal decongestion, you have to take 3 separate medicines, because now you cannot take fixed dose combination for all these issues. So the number of medicines to be taken will increase. Also, if the number of medicines are increasing in the market, there will be more expiry of medicines. Hence more loss for the companies. Now the doctors will also prescribe you, for example, doctors will also prescribe you more medicines. If you have 4 issues, then doctor will prescribe you 4 medicines for all these issues. Now you cannot take combination for all these things. So having discussed about the fixed dose combination, now it has to be seen that what will be the take of government on this issue. Because though the decision is good, but it is recommended that government should take the pharma companies in the loop, because it is also huge loss for the pharma companies. So now it has to be seen that what pharma companies will do. Means there has to be a mutual cooperation between CNF, between wholesalers, retailers, pharma companies. So pharma companies can use credit note also, they can use the standard recall of the product also. So it has to be seen that what will be the take of government in this, because generally what happens in issues like this, that generally government issues a notification and pharma companies goes after this notification to the court, and court orders that what all the stock is already in the market, the pharma companies can sell those products. But at present all the fixed dose combinations which are banned, selling those products are now illegal in India. Now, having discussed this topic, let us discuss one prelims question related to this topic. So, which of the following statements about fixed dose combination drugs is or are correct? First question is, fixed dose combination drugs are formulated by combining 2 or more active pharmaceutical ingredients in a single dosage. Second is, the primary aim of fixed dose combination drugs is to enhance the therapeutic value by managing multiple symptoms or conditions simultaneously. Third statement is, fixed dose combination drugs are always considered safer and more effective than individual components. So I will give you 10 seconds to decide the answer. Please decide the answer, then we will discuss. So let's discuss the answer. The first statement is, these drugs are formulated by combining 2 or more active ingredients. So I think we have discussed this thing, that 2 or more active ingredients in single dosage. That dosage can be form of pills, capsule or injections. Second is, the primary aim is to enhance the therapeutic efficiency. Yes, it is correct. The primary aim is to increase the therapeutic efficiency, and in fact, although 156 FDCs are banned, but still there are various FDCs which are beneficial. For example, taking the example of Electrol. So its main aim is to increase the therapeutic efficiency only. So this is also correct. Third statement is, fixed dose combinations are always considered safer. So I think our whole video is based on this only. We cannot say that they are always considered safer, because 156 FDCs are already banned. So this statement is wrong. So we can say the statement 1 and 2 is correct, and our answer is A. Now, next is one mains question. What do you understand by fixed dose combinations? And second is, discuss their merits and demerits. So I think we have already discussed that what is fixed dose combination. No, the combination of more than two active pharmaceutical ingredients in single dosage. So I think you can write this. Now you have to discuss its merits and demerits. Merits and demerits. So for merits you can write, no, its main aim is to increase the therapeutic efficiency. Okay, because we have discussed in this prelims question also, to increase the therapeutic efficiency. Also, secondly, we can say it increases the adherence to our schedule of taking medicines. It increases that adherence, and it is beneficial for diseases such as TB or diabetes. Okay, so I think in merits you can elaborate on these points. For demerits you can discuss all the reasons which were already discussed in these slides. That as per study, some of the medicines do not have therapeutic value. Also, they have various side effects. You can go on discussing the side effects. You can discuss the antimicrobial resistance and the issues related to this. So on these lines you can discuss this. And in the conclusion, you can write the same thing which we discussed at the end of the topic, that the pharmaceutical companies must first check the efficacy of fixed dose combination drugs. Means our main aim must not always be the monetary benefit, but the companies must also think about its effects on humanity. And the government authorities must also strictly adhere to the approval process. So you can elaborate your answer on these lines. So that's it from my side. Thank you for today.